all my brothers and sisters out there. Welcome to another edition of Melanated Thought. And guess what? Your boy is back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. And I'm loving every minute of it, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my sound effects cracking here so we can go ahead and get some sound effects going because I'm loving this shit. Yeah, buddy. I am your host, Reggio. And it's been a little bit of a hiatus for me. I've been going for about, 2 years now. Going on 2 years. No? Yeah, going on 2 years, almost 2 years. 2 years too long, but that's okay. I'm back. And in that 2 year hiatus, man, there's been a lot of stuff happening, and I really don't know where to start. I really don't. I want to start off with Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Uh, One in particular, my man DJ Rod, single father, doing his thing with his boys. He loved, those boys are off the chain, man. I love them both. Those are my little nephews as far as I'm concerned, man. So, to all the fathers out there, big, big, big shout out to you. Big, big shout out to you guys, man. Y'all doing your thing. And, just be out there, man, and be good dads and be good role models to all the stepdads out there, because I was a stepdad for a while. Um, I was a stepdad for a minute, man. My daughter's mother. She has some children from a previous relationship, and doing my thing with them, helping them go the right path. But anyway, just barely hear that. Hold on, let me get this turned up. Cancel. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Let's try this again. That's a whole lot better. And I want to give a big rest in peace shout out to my cousin Veronica Hall. Veronica Hall Keeling. I forgot that's her husband's name too. Her husband was Mr. Keeling. Rest in peace to her. She died over the weekend. And my heart goes out to the family, to her sisters, Sherry, Sonia, and Catherine, to her cousin, Leslie, and his twin brother and sister, Jeffrey and Allegra. My heart goes out to y'all. So rest in peace to Miss Veronica. So let's see what we got as far as the music is concerned. Oh, that's an old beat. That sounds a little bit familiar. The song was here. Yeah. I might change that beat. Hold on. That's Rod's beat. I don't want that one. Yeah, let's do this one. That's too dark. Did that one already? Let's do this one. Because we got just to feel good stuff up in here, man. Do I have a book to read? No, I don't think I have a book. Let me see, do I have one? No, I don't have one. Let me put my intro back up here. Put my splash screen up here. There we go. Bear with me, y'all. It's going to go a whole lot smoother next show, I promise. Oh, man. I don't know where to start. Let's start off with these ICE raids. There's a lot of them going on, man. I think there was like protests in downtown Dallas, Texas, if I make no mistake. I didn't go to that one, but I think though my better half, she goes to work in that direction, and she saw some of the ICE protests there. I was looking online not too long ago, and someone was saying that how come the black people ain't helping us out? Well, the reason why black people ain't helping you out because it's not our fight, y'all. We staying out of this one. We just gonna sit back and watch. You know what I mean? So if we just sit back and watch, man, we just gonna go ahead and do what we gonna do, man. Because like this is not our fight, and that's what people have to understand. This doesn't involve us because back during the civil rights struggle, there was this Latino organization called LULAG. You might want to look that up. And basically, what they were saying, whenever black people were going through a little civil rights thing, that the black struggle wasn't their fight. Well, okay, this right here isn't our fight. So therefore, we're going to stay out of this one. You got to hold your own nuts, plain and simple. So whatever happens, happens. I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, after Donald Trump became president, I want to talk about that for a little bit too, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But yeah, this whole thing about the whole the ICE thing going on, it's not our fight, y'all. So I'm going to check out a few things, man, see what's going on in current events, because I like doing that. Give me a few minutes so we can see what's going on. But like I said, big mad shout out to the fathers out there. Yeah, keep doing your thing and keep making a positive impact on people's lives, because I know I tried when I was. All right. Oh man, there's a story going viral right now about a man that got hit by a car by a cop. They ran him over for a jaywalking ticket.
What?
And that kind of like threw me off for a loop, man. I'm like, wow, let me get this story pulled up. And it happened in my state, man, right there in Oklahoma, man. It was over a jaywalking allegation that Oklahoma cops detained a black man before allowing a patrol car to run him over after the cop neglected to place the car in park. Y'all just ran me over, bro. The dude just said, man, he cried out in pain according to the body cam footage. And this happened in Tulsa, of all places, man. For those of you who ain't familiar with Tulsa, man, Tulsa's where the race riots happened in 1921. Oh, man. They done ran the brother over. I've seen it all now. They ran the brother over, man. That's just messed up, man. They just ran their brother over.
Wow!
So, man. Let me get the rest of the story real quick. Hold on. The second cop ordered him to get on the ground, and Hampton bends over while bends down to comply, while the first cop runs up and shoves him from behind. He's not resisting arrest as usual, so you really can't say that. But the patrol car had been placed in parking and rolled right over him. They didn't even try to stop it. So that's kind of messed up by itself, man. It's not funny, but I'm laughing to keep from crying, because that's just pathetic right there, man. How the hell are you gonna sit up here and run somebody over like that? But these cops, they do stupid shit like that. They expect us just to accept it. Nah, man, that's not gonna happen. Let's see what else we got. I gotta pick out another good one. All right, here's another one. A Michigan County sheriff seized a man's car with $2,800 in cash, but didn't charge him with a crime. He fought back. The prosecutor tried to jail him twice, and now that person got to face a court call. Got to go to court for that, man. The Michigan Court of Appeals ruled that a county prosecutor must face a federal lawsuit filed by a man whose attorney said was unjustifiably charged with the criminal offense twice before challenging the civil forfeiture case, man. Okay, Robert Reed, 32-year-old construction worker and a car repairman, partnered with the Institute of Justice to bring a complaint against the Wayne County Council and prosecutor David Stella and Dennis Doherty, respectively. They sound racist. They sure do, man. They'll go ahead and say what?
What?
Yeah, man, they sound racist. I'm sorry. Okay, according to the lawsuit, in July 2019, Reeves went to a job site to meet with a friend who asked him if he knew how to operate a skid steer. Afterwards, he went to a gas station where he stopped by the police, who questioned him and found some stolen rental equipment from Home Depot. About some stolen rental equipment in Home Depot. He was detained. His car, cell phone, and $2,280 he had on hand that was seized by the officer. He was jailed for several hours and then released for no charges. However, authorities did not relinquish Reed's property and never filed a forfeiture complaint or scheduled a post-seizure hearing, according to the complaint. So,
Wow!
they were really asking for it when they did this shit. So, in my personal opinion, this should have never happened. But, it is what it is. That's how white folks are, man. I go ahead and say that. That's how white people are. I might get in trouble for saying that shit, but y'all know I don't give a shit. What they gonna do? Cancel my show? Go ahead, do it. Ain't gonna hurt me. But at any rate, y'all, that's what's going on in the news. And let's go ahead and talk about some stuff, man. let's talk more about this whole thing about the ICE raids because, again, I said it before, and I'm going to go ahead and accentuate that point, man. This is not our fight. So, if any black people are out there doing what they're going to do with this show, not with the show, but with this whole protest thing, go around ahead and do it. That's your business. But just know that you're not going to have the whole black community behind you on this because, again, this isn't our fight. And I saw one where Ryan Garcia, with his racist ass, was talking about this was inhumane and all this good stuff. Well, if it's so inhumane, then why do you keep on calling people niggas? You know, I mean, I don't really care about that Ryan Garcia. You'd be all right. Like I said, hold your own nuts. You'd be all right. He's probably pissed off because some of his family getting deported, but hey, it is what it is. He might be next. I ain't never liked his ass anyway. I mean, he's a good boxer. Get credit where credit's due, but I ain't never really liked him. You know, kind of an asshole. You know, that's just my personal opinion. Never met the man, but you know, from what I've seen, he's kind of an asshole. But there's a whole bunch of things going on with that, and they were trying to redirect history with the whole situation. And the reason why they try to redirect history is so they can justify them staying. They were trying to say that Mexico owned California and a few other southern states, which is not true, by the way. You know, if you're a history person like myself, you know that Mexico didn't even come into the fold till later on down the line, because all of that was owned by Spain. Now, Spain, when they went over there and conquered most of Mexico centuries ago, because Mexicans didn't even know what Spanish was until after those Spanish conquistadors went over there and took over. Okay, and when that happened, that's when they started speaking Spanish. So Spain Spain actually controlled that part of the country. It wasn't Mexico that owned it. Okay, Spain sold it because Spain was going broke. They sold it to the United States. All right, and when that happened, that's when the United States gained California and a whole bunch of other states. And for those of you who don't know, California is actually named after a black queen named Queen Khalifa, which that's where the name California comes from. It's from Queen Khalifa, California. So Khalifa. So for those of you who didn't know that, there's a little known fact about that. But anyway, that was a whole point behind that. See, whenever something like this happens, they try to rewrite history. You should never ever try to rewrite history, because history cannot be rewritten. You know, the facts are going to come out. They always do. People have to understand that the facts about history are going to always come out. So we have to have that history there. If you don't know your history, then you're going to go ahead and just start making up shit like what they're trying to do. And you should never ever do that, because if you come across somebody like myself, I'm going to correct you. So, but that's what that history is all about. And they're here saying that they need to be here, this, that, and the third. Well, if you need to be here, go the legal route, and that way you won't have that problem. I'm not anti-immigration by any stretch of the imagination, so do not get me wrong. Never have been. I never will be. But the laws are in place for a reason. And don't sit up here and try to scare black people into saying that we're next, because they can't deport us anywhere. They really can't. Where we gonna go? We were born here, and most of us were here before any other person was even here in the first damn place. So, you know, I don't see how that's even possible. And you guys are gonna have to excuse me for a second, because I got a little bit of a phone call coming in. I got to answer it. Hold on. All right, little brief interlude. Hope you enjoyed the music. Walker Brown Entertainment's in the building. That's a Walker Brown Entertainment production right there. Whoever gonna rock on it, we don't know. More from probably get Prince to rock on it. I don't know. I have to ask the boss that. Rod's the boss, so I gotta ask him. Anyway, let's get back to this story real quick, man. See what else is going on. I guess we can talk about. We can talk more about Father's Day if you want, because it is Father's Day, the celebration itself, man. I got a question for everybody out there. You can hit me up in the chat. In the chat, either in the chat or you can hit me up in an email. Email is melanatedthought@yahoo.com. Hit me up in the email. Why is it that if you have an active father in the lives of your children, how come nobody really goes all the way out for the father, but they go all the way out for the mother? I mean, restaurants are damn near shut down because of the fact that they're so busy. Why is that? And then when it comes down to the dads, they expect the dads to cook, barbecue, whatever. Why is that? And then the fathers get cheap shit like cologne, the stuff don't even cost $10 sometimes, man. Mothers get flowers, they get jewelry, some of them get vehicles, houses, vacation trips, cruises, the whole nine, man. But when it comes down to a father, we get stuff like ties, drawers, socks, parking spaces, inner tube tires, forks, spoons, cups, mouse pads, bullshit. We get bullshit, and the mothers get all kinds of shit, man. I just want to throw that out there. Why is that? I mean, especially if you got a father that's active. Now, if you don't have a father, if you got a father that has never been active in your life, man, I can understand that, man. But come on, man, hook the dads up. We're good people. We try to be anyway. I mean, come on, man, hook us up. We want to go on a trip. Come on, man. We want to go on trips. We want a new car. We like jewelry, especially me. I like watches. I'm a watch person. Anybody that knows me has known me for any length of time knows that I love watches. I mean, come on, man. Hook us up. We ain't got to cook every Father's Day. Cook for us sometimes. It ain't that hard. Just go in there and hook some shit up. Ask us what we like. If we want a steak, give us a steak. If we're vegans, give us a vegetarian plate, man. Anything, man. But come on, y'all. Hook us up. That's all we ask. We ain't greedy. Fathers are not greedy. And fathers ain't greedy at all. And I want to talk about the importance of a father being in the lives of their children. Let's talk about that for a little while, because that's something that a lot of people try to take for granted. Now, I was fortunate enough to marry a woman who had her father in her life. See, and I'm gonna get relaxed for a little while. So we about to get serious for a minute. We got to get serious for a minute. Hear about this situation. Now, 9 times out of 10, if there's a woman that you meet and her father was in her life, her attitude is a whole lot different. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by different is that her whole demeanor is way different as opposed to a woman who didn't have a father in her life. And now let me explain that to you guys real quick, so nobody can get on here and say I'm woman bashing, because that's the one thing I don't do is woman bash, because I came from a woman. If I'm bashing women, I'm bashing my mother, I'm bashing my grandmother, I'm bashing my aunts, I'm bashing all the women in my life, I'm bashing my wife, but I'm not doing none of that. I say that to say this real quick. A woman that has her father or had her father in her life, their attitude is completely different. They don't have that men ain't shit mentality. You know what I mean? They don't have that They don't have that "I don't need a man" mentality. Their whole demeanor is a whole lot different. They're still independent. Don't get me wrong. They're still independent. It's okay to be independent, ladies. We're not knocking being independent. I would never ever not being independent. If you have to do it by yourself, by all means, sister, more power to you. But if you have a man in your life that's actually willing to do things for you, let that man be that man. Because there's a lot of independent women out there that have been independent for so long that when they do get a man that actually wants them to sit down and be quiet for a little while, they don't want to do it. They become combative. They become real combative. They become they become really, really surly. And they don't know how to relinquish their control to that man because they've been doing it so long by themselves that they have no clue as to how to do that. And so when they get a good man that actually wants to do those things for them, that wants to go out and make sure the oil is changed in the car, make sure the tires are good, and make sure the cars are maintained, and make sure the grass is mowed and stuff like that, they don't know how to treat that man. They look at that man as a threat, and he's not a threat. That's not your enemy. He's there to help you and do things for you. He's there to kill the spiders. You know what I'm saying? He's there to fix the plumbing. He's there to do all those things. He's there to make sure the gutters are clean. He's there to change the light bulbs. He's there to fix the broken washing machine. That's what he's there for. I mean, just because you've been doing it by yourself for so long doesn't mean you have to keep doing it by yourself. It's okay to be independent. Nobody's knocking that. By all means, do that. But when you get a good man in your life, don't treat him like shit. He's not your enemy. And see, that's a problem with a whole bunch of these women out here that have been independent for so long. Not that I'm knocking it, but that's the problem that I see. We all see that. A lot of men see that. And we're not trying to woman bash anything like that. But hey, sometimes the truth got to be told. And if anybody has anything to say about that, then, by all means, hit me up in the email. Hold on, let me put my stuff up. Hit me up in the email. I'm going to put it up in a few seconds. Where's that master screen? There we go. Put it up in a few seconds. Every Sunday. That's a phone number. I can't take calls right now, but eventually we're going to get to the point where I can take calls. And when we do take calls, I would love to hear a lot of opinions on this situation. But if you have any thoughts or whatever, critique, anything like that, about anything I just said, by all means, hit me up at melanatedthought@yahoo.com. Sundays at 6 o'clock is when the show is going to be coming up every week. And I will have different guests. This is going to be a short show. So, because I'm almost done here, because I think I'm pretty much done with all my talking points and stuff like that. I just want to tell everybody that the show is back on, and we're going to be better than ever. And we're going to do our thing, man. Also, check out the other podcast I'm on called The Rod Factor, with me and DJ Rod the Boss, Dallas legend, Pleasant Grove legend in hip-hop, DJ extraordinaire. We're all going to be doing our thing in that. And it's going to be me, him, and some other people, too. We're going to have different guests on the show, so definitely check that out. And we're going to have different guests on this show as well, but like I said, this is just a preliminary show to let everybody know that I am back, and I am back in full force. So clap it up for me. Clap it up for me. Clap it up for me. And y'all keep that big black fist in the air, y'all. And I got some steaks cooking right now, so I'm getting ready to go get my grub on for Father's Day. And again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and I am out.